Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the martial arts themed cast. I almost couldn't say that. We're doing this ballot banter style. So no tier list or anything like that. Today I have a couple people with me. Like always, we got the research lead who is
I
Saul.
don't know, who is it?
Say-
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
We got the intellectual Zorro.
Hell, intellectual. You think I'm smart?
And we have what is this? A crossover episode, Aqua.
Lime, why do you hate Springtrap so much? Why didn't you read the books?
Why didn't you put him at Universal because of Into the Pit, you fucking chump?
Oh, so this is because yesterday I was talking to Aqua, and I can't remember. Something about reading came up because we've both been accused of not reading, and so I was like, why didn't you read the books, fucking Junko Shill? And she goes, why didn't you read the books, fucking Subaru Shill? Oh my god, damn it!
I mean, Aqua kind of has a point with the Subaru shit. No.
So we are doing the martial arts themed cast today. I said it before. Going through your submissions. Temporarily, I am not going to be making more of these themed casts. They will return in a second, but Nebula Theater Cast is going to be going towards a revamp, which you'll see probably at the beginning of June. So the next ones will be around this style, but soon it'll be switching up, and you'll see when it happens. Let's start off with Akuma versus Rao. I know both these characters, but I need someone to explain how Akuma doesn't die after getting hit once.
They should. Do they scale similarly?
I don't know. Nice cut. Thank you, Levi. Thank you. They can't see it unless you're looking at my stream, but I cut all my hair off in preparation to seeing my partner's family because I didn't want to look like a bum.
I think it's pretty debatable. Like, Akuma has, like, he might have the strength advantage, I would imagine, right? With the explosion from the curvature of Earth. Isn't that the one that he should upscale from?
More what I mean from Rao one-shotting is the whole technique of Hakunoken, which is like he hits you and it hits a pressure point that makes you explode. It's less so that I think that he stomps in all regard, and more so like, does Akuma resist that?
I don't know. He definitely has like techniques to avoid it, right?
Yeah. Plus,
like, I know he can. I know Akuma can like teleport.
And with like the raging demon, I don't know much about Rao, so he potentially has.
We have someone breaking in.
I'm not supposed to be here, but I am.
Hi, Sherm.
Oh,
You're supposed to be here.
I'm not supposed
Get out!
You're not supposed to be here. Get out.
All right, sorry. I'll
No,
leave. But...
You're not in this episode.
You're not in this episode.
I guess, I mean, from a dynamic standpoint, Rao knows a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, so Rao knows a lot of... who here is familiar with Fist of the North Star, first of all?
I know. I'm, like, currently trying to read it because someone's put me onto it.
Yeah, good luck. It's kind of boring. So, no offense. Rao is a character who is, like, Kenshiro's superior in a lot of ways. So anything Kenshiro does, he technically can do as well. Or not even technically. He shows to just outmatch Kenshiro in almost every way when they fight on multiple occasions. He's got a lot of armor to protect himself from certain attacks. Sometimes he could just say no to getting hit with Hakunoken, which is interesting. And I believe, someone might have to correct me on this, but I believe he also knows the Fist of the South Star, which lets him kind of like slice through things with his hands. I can't exactly remember what it is, but I remember people like cut off like entire pyramids in half and shit with it in the anime. Not sure exactly what happens in the novels. So he can shoot out like ki blasts as well, but that's not really his forte. He just can do it. I think Akuma probably wins because I think Akuma probably stat stomps, right?
I would imagine he stat stomps. Maybe not in speed.
Yeah,
I could see them being similar to speed.
Yeah, Street Fighter speed scaling isn't super high, so that makes sense.
So I guess it would come down to can Akuma land his hits or enough of his. Akuma might resist pressure point stuff. I did hear that somewhere.
Oh, that's right. He does fight Gen, whose whole thing is disabling you with pressure points, and I think he does resist that. So that okay, I see it.
Yeah. He survived. Yeah. He should be able to resist the pressure point stuff.
Okay, I see it. I feel it. We got 42.
I like this idea. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Shaggy.
From what I can hear of like Rao, he sounds like a really good match for Akuma, so I'd be down for it. Plus, it'd be better than just sending Akuma to fight another fighting game character.
None of us would give Akuma Asura scaling. I promise you that I'm pretty sure everyone on the team would be like, yeah, let's maybe not just scale everyone to Asura's Wrath. That kind of
Yeah, non-canon crossover should stay non-canon and crossovery.
What's Rao gonna do when Akuma pulls out his shotgun?
It's all fucked. It's all fucked then. Matchup's fucked. Can't counter the shotgun.
You heard it here first. Farmer with a shotgun beats Rao from Fist of the North Star.
Alright. We're gonna move on to this next one unless Sherm or Aqua. Is Sherm still here? I can't actually see.
No. He's not.
I think we killed Sherm.
Yeah, he's not in this episode.
Let's talk about something so we can move on.
I'm kind of a fraud when it comes to Street Fighter. Like I don't know shit like that. Akuma's cool though. I don't know anything about Rao. Cool idea though.
Wow. Kamen Rider Geats versus Liu Kang is kind of equally confusing to me. Also, this is not the Liu Kang I think that people put against Kamen Rider Geats. I believe they usually do.
Yeah, Fire God.
Fire God?
Yeah.
Because this one kind of just gets shot in the head like Subaru in the newest episode of ReZero.
I enjoy Mortal Kombat. Man, I just think Liu Kang is kind of boring. He is just kind of generic protagonist, and I find the stuff that he does with Fire God to be so uninteresting.
I don't actually know much about. Is that the one where they made Shao Kahn like a MAGA guy, or is that Mortal Kombat?
He kind of, yeah. So Fire God Liu Kang is basically Raiden and a version of Liu Kang. It gets weird because timeline stuff, right? Fights and beats Kronika, and he makes the Mortal Kombat 1 timeline.
Yeah, in Mortal Kombat 1, he basically like absorbs Raiden's Elder God powers, becomes an Elder God, and basically becomes the Raiden of the next timeline.
What the
fuck? I just think Liu Kang is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Liu Kang is Keith's least interesting opponent. Hey, at least fits the theme. Zoro will be happy today.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Nero's like fine as the death battle. Like I'm happy with that, but I wouldn't say Liu Kang's the least interesting Gates opponent. Like I don't think Liu Kang is that interesting on his own as a character, but I like this match, and I did a trailer for it when they did the like art contest for the island. I like it purely because I think it's a very rare matchup where you can actually have Kamen Rider's goofy combat mixed with something, because like early Mortal Kombat games are very, very cheesy, like Kamen Rider is. Yeah. So I think it could be very interesting to like mesh those two for a fight.
Oh yeah, it really does help show off Mortal Kombat's more silly roots while also leaning into like, you know, a character that's kind of been through every timeline, kind of helps get a general gist of Mortal Kombat as a whole rather than focusing on an era, which is a big thing that happens with a lot of Mortal Kombats now because of how they handle the freaking timeline resets all the time.
If we did this, we need Liu Kang to hit a good 2-3 second long bicycle kick. I need that shit extended.
This is a little on topic, but also, what would you guys rather do when you portray a character like this that has multiple iterations? Would you just take it from the source that this specific matchup makes sense for, or would you composite the character?
It'd have to be... I do it on a character-by-character basis. I think for this one, I definitely... Well, the thing about Liu Kang is, outside of his, brief period as a Revenant where he, becomes evil, he's kind of just been a very consistent stoic pacifist in the face of, the brutality of Mortal Kombat, which I think... So I don't think you'd have to, worry too much about compositing his representation as well as just, making sure he shows off all the stuff from, Fire God Liu Kang as, a power-up later on, so...
Well, I purely mean by, a debate standpoint, right? Jago is a very popular Liu Kang opponent. You would not put Jago against Fire God Liu Kang. That would just be a wash.
I think it depends on what the matchup is trying to achieve, right?
Yeah.
This one is clearly going for the Fire God.
I don't know. I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I'd go Fire God, but, if we were doing Django, then definitely, original timeline closer to characterization.
We got, coming up next, the Ginyu Force versus Psycho Rangers. Now, I don't really know what the Psycho Rangers are. I'm just assuming they're Power Rangers from a Power Rangers I've never seen, or they're, a parody of them. But I know the Ginyu Force.
The Psycho Rangers are from... I think Power Rangers in Space. They are evil Power Rangers, right? That's the whole thing. They are the evil and more violent counterparts of the Space Rangers. They've got red, black, blue, yellow, pink, silver, and green.
Oh, so they're missing something here.
Oh, and they even have monster forms, it looks like?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So they have monster forms they can turn into. I think the coolest one is the green one who becomes this green flamed Oni looking thing. And it's Psycho Black who becomes a big rock gorilla.
Sounds kind of cool though.
They have a mothership as well.
Especially Especially if you consider the body snatch. So someone turns into this giant monster, and Ginyu is just give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Oh, that would be really fun. Plus, having a Ginyu Force fight where the enemies match their goofiness with, the absurd poses, that feels like a requirement for characters like these, that you just get a match so that they can just lean into it.
Whatever animators are on this, hook them all up to life support. God, so many characters. Put them up to the machine. They're gonna need the IV drip to keep them going.
Yep.
Yeah, 10 characters in one fight, dude, and we struggled with
10 characters. Oh, 10 characters. Oh, I don't know. It's cool, but I don't know if it really fits.
The Psycho Rangers, from what I understand, are serious and reserved, but they're still Power Ranger characters, so they're still rather goofy comparatively.
They're also in a goofy series.
Yeah, they're they're not like Sephiroth, just aura farming. They do goofy stuff,
no.
From my understanding.
Yeah.
We got...
But yeah, I really like this one.
Daniel LaRusso versus Rocky Balboa.
This is such a funny idea. I like this. There's a good way you can frame it in the style that we do it, in where it's like a charity match, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good way to get around not
killing each other.
Yeah, without Rocky fucking killing Daniel, who's like a kid and is like, I don't know. You probably take Daniel. It's kind of hard. I know this matchup's pretty debatable as well, which is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both pretty down to earth people, right? Like none of them are dodging
Yeah.
beams or fucking blowing up continents.
It would also
Very-
be kind of
very close
interesting.
fight.
Yeah, it'd also be interesting just to compare like the different strategies used, comparing like the Western style boxing martial arts with like the more, you know, karate focused Asian martial arts, and just, you know, seeing how they would interact and the natural advantages such disadvantages could be a very like a grounded version of like a Balrog versus oh gosh, what was it? TJ combo?
Yeah.
Right.
Pure instinct.
Yeah.
I feel like that matchup's already pretty grounded.
Well, even more grounded than that. Because now it's with real actors.
This is with real people.
We're compositing the actors into one character. I've seen people want
Still
that
would-
before.
oh.
I don't know how I feel about it.
I think it's funny depending on the actors. Like
Yeah,
Jim
yeah, it
Carrey.
has to be the right actor.
Like Jim Carrey versus Jack Black. I think is funny.
Yeah,
like-
I think that works.
Yeah.
Goku versus
My
Goku.
friends at Multiverse Match did this a few years ago. I think it was like before Cobra Kai ended. So I'm definitely curious as to like how this would go nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because it is so debatable.
What do you mean friends? I thought I was... No, I'm kidding. Goku versus
Business
Goku.
partners.
Dragon Ball Super versus Dragon Ball GT. I don't know if I have a hankering to do this, but I will always shill. Hyorin Jutsu, an animator, YouTuber, did a rendition of this fight that came out really, really well. So if you want to get your kicks out, that's the place to go. I've seen...
Part of me wonders... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go first.
Part of me wonders if this one's kind of outdated just because, like, I know it's focusing on Super, but Canon Goku and Super Goku just has Super Saiyan 4 now with Daima. So I didn't know if this is, like, as good of a comparison. I'm also, like, pretty sure Super just outscales a lot of stuff in GT. Unless this is more so just, like, a vibe-focused thing where it's like, oh, we want to see how these two different timelines would go against one another, but I don't think it sounds too interesting as a comparison, especially if you consider Daima now.
The way I've seen a lot of people look at it is given Dragon Ball Super gets all the mainline canon stuff, and GT would get all the filler from the original Dragon Ball plus GT scaling. GT Goku probably wins just because of the Omega Shenron bullshit, though.
What does Omega Shenron do?
How he's just like, I'm pretty sure the statement is that he's just blatantly able to just split apart universes just by like something like that. Like the Dragon Ball's powers were already going to split apart the universe, and he harnessed them into a much stronger form. Or
okay.
The black Dragon Balls, sorry, not the Dragon Balls.
I've never heard of that. Okay, yeah, maybe GT wins. I don't know.
And Super Goku's an idiot, so.
Yeah.
This is true.
Like, my big thing is that if you wanted to bring Goku on a show, would you really prioritize this one fighting himself over something else?
Actually, no, because look at the fucking reaction to Gogeta versus Vegito. No.
Yeah.
Everyone hated that episode immediately after it got announced. Put Goku against Sonic. I'm kidding.
I don't know, like, my thing is just, even just, like, going out of, like, any... What the? I thought you said you weren't in this episode.
I really like Goku versus Goku, though.
Jim, are you in? Jim, are you in or are you out?
Pick one and stick with it.
You can
I'm
talk
in
in
if
the...
it's not a matchup I really, really like.
You can talk in the chat. You can interact with the viewers.
I just want to say it's really cool because it'd be a really cool opportunity to talk about GT Goku, which like no other matchup does, which is really cool. There's a lot of fun stuff you can talk about with the various like canon stuff that we wouldn't be given to Goku normally because it's non-canon. I just think this matchup's really, really cool. And to answer Zoro's question, I would prioritize it if you were to ask me personally. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have GT Goku versus Majora Link, which actually gives you different versions of each character.
Wait, that's an actual matchup?
Yeah.
Let's not make it too long. We've got 39 to go.
Alright, we can move
All
on.
right, yeah.
I want to be out by tea time.
Shifu, we're all from America. None of us know when tea time is. Shifu versus Splinter.
Fuck yes. One of my most wanted did a blog on this a while ago. Super fun. I think if you're going to pick a version of Splinter for this, you probably go with 2012. Because that's the most, I feel that's the most thematic out of the Splinters anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fight dynamic is super cool. You can prioritize their hand-to-hand fighting and martial arts. I like the idea of this taking place in the Jade Palace, so you can have Shifu use some of the items and how Splinter would react to them. Super fun. Obviously wouldn't end it in death. Pretty debatable as well, although I still lean Splinter, even without the cross-scaling, which I got publicly lynched for even entertaining.
Oh, God. I don't know
Happy,
much about
happy.
Kung Fu Panda, if I'm being honest, so I don't have much thoughts on it.
I really like Splinter. Like, I'm not huge into TMNT, but Splinter's definitely like one of the consistently enjoyable parts of the franchise. So I'd like to see Splinter on something. I think more so like as somebody who likes Kung Fu Panda, I don't really care for anything Shifu does outside of the first movie. He's just kind of there for the
Yeah,
other ones.
he does nothing.
Yeah.
He kind of gets
Yeah.
taken out of the plot quickly. Like, he's not into that much. He gets taken out by Kai in 3. I haven't seen 4.
He's
Yeah.
barely in 4 too. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's...
he like gives Poe the quest, and then he shows up at the end being like, "Why you're an idiot?"
He does at least have enough content to talk about, especially when you get into Legends of Awesomeness and the other shows.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, as someone who loves both Kung Fu Panda and TMNT, I adore this matchup. I'm with you on this one, Saul. Like, I feel like this would be my preferred introduction for Kung Fu Panda, or maybe not for TMNT since they have a lot of cool matchups and characters to explore. But this is definitely up there for a matchup I'd want to do for the show.
Wait, that's a good point. Does Splinter get the cheese phone?
Yeah,
he does. He does.
What is the cheese phone?
It's just
cheese
a phone.
phone?
It's just a phone like shaped like cheese, like he has in 2012. he's like, oh, the cheese phone. It's great.
Does it do anything?
No, it's just a phone.
Okay. Garo versus Kamen Rider Buffa.
Yeah, Comrade Buffer.
Buffa. I don't know Kamen Rider Buffa, but he looks sick as shit.
Kamen Rider Buffer is from he's from Geats.
Yeah, he's the main rival of Geats through that series.
Yeah.
He's very cool.
Wait, does this mean Aqua did research for Death Battles for the episode? Why do you know that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me break my NDA.
No, Klein. We know that Aqua is going to do Liu Kang versus Kamen Rider Geats.
You got me.
You got me. This is really fun, I think. They both can play off of each other really well. From what I know. I don't really know much about Geats, but I'm currently dipping my toes in the Kamen Rider fucking world.
There's a lot of debates on FBC we gotta do with Kamen Rider characters that, like, all of us are like,
I'm researching it.
Yeah.
It would be fun. Because Buffer has some pretty cool stuff that he's able to do, especially in his zombie form, where he has like a chainsaw.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's in Geats they have like transformations, and one of them is called Zombie, and I think that is the design they're using in this, right? Like
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, so yeah, like Geats is a very weird show, but it's very fun.
It's a really fun matchup. If we wanted to do One Punch Man, I feel like this could be a good one, especially because I think Gaara's pretty interesting as a character.
Geats versus Ash Wen. Just because we've been talking a lot about Poofa, what about Garo? Last I checked, because I'm not caught up with One Punch Man, he fought Saitama? and like actually pushed him?
Yeah. So he got it temporarily, like god form, kind of. It's weird.
Would that be applicable?
Some matchups use it, some matchups don't. I don't know about. I think this one does.
Okay.
To assume this one does. If not, like,
If
Kamen
not,
Rider's crazy.
There's a lot of semantics behind this one as well, which I like.
King from Tekken versus Tizak from King of Fighters. Oh, I also want to say, in terms of the Goku versus Goku, that should tell you right here, Sherm coming in and being like, I'd fight for this one, that even if some of us don't vibe with an idea, it doesn't mean 100% of us hate the idea. Just to
Doesn't
say
mean that nobody will. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a big team.
Sherm literally was like, I would push for this. So I'm like, okay.
We would do this.
King versus Tizak.
This match. I love this matchup. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go on. That's all I say.
Oh, yeah. I love this matchup. The basic idea for this one is that both of them are wrestlers that take on kind of like this animal, presentation in order to fight. And they are both grapplers. And it's kind of very interesting because, I don't know, like, this is a simple matchup, but it's also a really fun one because it's basically play up all the absurd wrestling stuff from both series. And you can even have a little bit of variation because, like, there are two versions of T-Zoc. The one in Fatal Fury that keeps up the eagle persona, but in King of Fighters, he actually does a heel turn and adopts a persona called King of Dinosaurs, where he puts on a dinosaur head and tries to act villainous, but is really bad at being a villain and ends up becoming a dork. But yeah, I'm a fan of this one.
It seems very
I'm a
straightforward.
King main.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward comparison.
Yeah.
I'm a King main in Tekken 8. That's my goat. That's the guy I've been climbing ranked with. So I really like King. King's very cool.
Somebody asked if we like Skylanders. I'm pretty sure like a lot of us on the team do.
I do. I
Same.
do.
We got.
Oh yeah.
Yaeno Muteki versus Gong Strong. Uma Masume versus Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, nothing about Uma Musume, and not much
I'm
about
gonna
Yu-Gi-Oh.
assume that Aqua knows Gong Strong.
So you would be guessing wrong. I am like the big Yu-Gi-Oh person probably in the around, but I've only seen the original in GX for the G1 blog. I don't know who Gong Strong is.
He's
I don't know who that is.
He's a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I wouldn't even. I've seen some 5Ds material, but even then, I would not know who that is.
Yeah. I actually know who this guy is. I've seen Arc 5.
Oh, do it.
The basic gist is that, he's one of the minor heroes that kind of get overshadowed by the rest of the cast as things get real. His whole shtick is that he believes in super heavy style in martial arts, but in actuality, he just kind of plays a deck of samurai monsters that attack while they're in defense mode. This would be... I have shared that covering Yu-Gi-Oh! In Versus has always been a bit of a hit or miss of me, just because it really separates them from the context of fighting that really makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels and battles really interesting. This one even more so, because you're trying to apply martial arts to someone who doesn't really do martial arts out. He is a martial artist, but his super heavy style is about a dueling style. He doesn't really punch, he just plays cards that punch, so it's weird.
So, from what I'm reading about Yaeno, she's kind of not really a martial artist in the typical sense as well. Her martial arts is used for track running. Alright.
What do they even do in Uma Musume? That's my thing. Don't they just run? Isn't the main thing in Uma Musume that they're doing track?
No idea.
I know a bit about Uma Musume.
Hi, Sherm. Yeah, hit us.
I can comment. So yeah, it is a game where it's It is a gacha-like game where you get horse girls and you do race. I think that is the joke here, is that they are martial artists in theme, but one applies their martial artists to track running, and one applies their martial arts to a card game. So I'm not actually sure what the fight would be, because one plays cards and one races. So I guess they would. I guess we would make them have a martial arts fight, which is not how they're normally portrayed, but in lore they can do that.
You know,
Yeah.
there is something funny to say because, you know, she's a horse girl who does it to racing. Gong's super heavy style is all about, like, standing firm and never moving an inch. So we have the fastest moving object against some guy who's just standing there.
Yeah, I believe her martial art does rely on very fast kicks and fast punches, as she is a racer.
Yeah.
I guess it's fitting for a defense-focused duelist then, because if you were saying that Gong's main like gimmick is defense attacks, right?
Yeah, like, you know that monster from GX, the Burstinatrix and Clayman that can attack while in defense mode? His super heavy samurai is the card he plays, is a synchro archetype that basically just does that for all of its main monsters.
I see. Okay.
Oh, this guy made it up for the cast. All right.
All right. I will respect you for that. I will respect you for that. This was funny.
Next up is pins. Sakamoto versus Yor, but we can skip it because it's pin. So we got Deathstroke versus No, I'm kidding. Sakamoto versus Yor. Deadly assassins have an aura to the partner and a child. Once they're cold and deadly. Though this new family, they become rather more jovial and silly, but will turn on a dime to get serious should their family be threatened. The life get interrupted by wacky hijinks and test both characters having their family and their assassin lives intersect and force them to choose what's more important. That seems cool.
This makes sense to me.
I think Yor's volleyball feet probably kill Sakamoto in like 2 seconds.
Poor guy.
Unless Sakamoto has something crazy. I actually don't know. The Discord is not...
I mean,
I've only read like the first chapter of Sakamoto Days, but I get it. Like off of that first intro chapter, like I can imagine this fight pretty well. I feel
Sakamoto, I believe, has a feat where he blew a hole in an aeroplane, so he should be similar scaling.
I don't know. Fucking the volleyball is something you can see a crater form through orbit. Like, that's pretty massive. That's why I'm like, and it's a volleyball. Realistically, that volleyball should be nothing if it hit the ground that hard.
Yeah.
This is a durable fucking volleyball.
It's a cool It's a cool matchup. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people still... I'm sorry, I don't want to get off this, but do people still like your Beatrix, or is that kind of like falling out of favor recently?
I think some people still do.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting, but I don't know enough about I don't know enough about Sakamoto, and I don't know enough about Beatrix. Deathstroke versus Taskmaster.
Hi, I'm Saul, resident comic nerd. If you don't know this, I like this idea, but I have a few issues with it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh wow, I'm surprised.
I get why it's submitted to the hand-to-hand theme, but I wouldn't really like. They aren't primary hand-to-hand fighters, right? Especially Deathstroke. Deathstroke is a gunman more than a hand-to-hand individual. How he can use pistols and stuff and weapons. I think my kind of issue is that Taskmaster at times is a very comedic character, and you lose a lot of that inherent comedical stuff within him, right?
Yeah.
Because Slade isn't... I mean, he's dead serious all the time. I also think Taskmaster loses brutally to shit. That icon suit is fucking bullshit. that Deathstroke has. I also think the waiting period around this would suck fucking ass.
Sherm said, I would argue Taskmaster has more versatility well as tech. I'd also argue he is more skilled as a fighter and is a better tactician.
One of my favorite things that I always bring up about Taskmaster is when I talk about him, because I really like him. I really like his ability where he can copy stuff. I remember there was a panel where he like learned how to do an Olympic dive but didn't learn how to swim. Like he watched an Olympic dive over and over and over again, but he didn't know how to swim.
What?
Yes, yes. If I can fight the paddle, I also like the when he's I think it's him. Oh, I think it's him in golf, right? He's like teaching a guy golf. Bullseye's there as well for some reason. And he's like, "Hey Lester, maybe go back to killing Daredevil's girlfriend and leave this to the pros, huh?"
Oh,
I feel like you lose a lot of, like, he fakes like a domain expansion and goes, "Gun." You lose a lot of Taskmaster's comedic potential in a fight with Deathstroke.
I am starting.
Not to say that this matchup is terrible.
I'm starting to understand why the waiting period would suck after just reading that, but yes, I can tell what people would focus on the whole time.
Oh yes.
I think it sounds cool. I would be down to do it as well because I do like the matchup. That's my 2 cents on it. Little Mac versus Springman. Punch Out versus Arms. I've never played Arms, but I did watch the Smash bracket, which was basically this fight.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's I don't know
I
if
get
you can
it.
do anything different with it. That's the thing. The characters are so similar that maybe outside of banter, not much would change.
Yeah, especially since like outside of like the unique ability that each Arms character have, you can literally put any arm on any Arms character. It's highly customizable, but it really does make it hard for any individual one to really stand out as terms of like, you know, having a unique things to offer in a versus scenario.
I think the idea itself is cool. I like the idea of like a boxing match that kind of goes all over the arena.
Arms in the Big 26 is really.
Yeah, I was thinking it. I'm like,
the idea of bringing Arms onto the show. It's like, bro, okay.
if Arms comes back, maybe.
You know what? You know what? I will do some sort of thing if Arms fucking comes back. I will take a bite out of a shoe if Arm comes back. You can clip this. But Arms in the Big 26 is insane.
Arms did have.
I mean, never say never. Nintendo's really unpredictable these days.
Zoro.
I could have.
Huh?
Oh.
Zoro put one in here. Ryu versus Kyo.
He's here. He doesn't get to talk about it.
Wait.
We'll do this. Do a quick summary of Ryu versus Kyo.
He's left.
He left. We killed him.
Does this mean I'm in the episode now?
No, you're not in this episode.
Sorry,
This
bye.
isn't a crossover episode.
4 people, not 5.
All right, but yeah, am I allowed to talk about this or?
I said
Yeah.
I said do like a quick summary of why you like it, just because you're the one that submitted it and you're here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this one is kind of like a big. They do have some similarities. Both of them are kind of like the star martial artists of their respective companies. Capcom and SNK respectively. They have been like arcade rivals for a while, and even when they have like the Capcom versus SNK games, they're depicted as being rivals. But outside of that, they're also some of the flagship martial artists from Japan from their respective series who go on worldwide spanning tournaments that encompass world fighters that end up having shady criminal organizations that running the entire thing. The main thing that's pushing this one is definitely just because both of them are kind of like grounded to the level of like being, you know, Street Fighter type characters, and you know, a lot of Ryu's opponents try to like put him against like characters that he, you know, a little bit out of his league, even though, you know, the legacy of it, but like this one would definitely just be a good old legacy match of both of them just duking it out, seeing which one would just be like the strongest one settling their grudge from the arcades.
I'm in the middle of eating a donut. I'm sorry. Hold on. I thought that would take longer.
I mean, it's a very simple matchup to understand on the surface. And I guess another thing is that both of them throughout their series have kind of like struggled with a little bit of the dark side, with like, Kyo having to control the Kusanagi flame, and then, Ryu trying to fight against the Satsune no Hado. But, they're also able to like overcome that and just become stronger as a result. Overall, they're just, two dudes that just really love fighting.
You've sold me. We're doing it next year. I'm kidding. Now you know how Saul feels. Anyway, Samurai versus Knight.
You!
Japan versus... Is this even a martial arts fight?
That's such a crazy headline. Japan versus England.
That's
This
never...
is not a martial arts one.
Yeah, this is a sword fight. Get out of here. Moving on.
I will say I do like it as a concept, right? Like just the general idea of Samurai versus Knight. Maybe not Japan versus England. We can throw that.
We can cut that part out.
Like,
We'll workshop it.
A group of samurai versus a group of knights. Who would win? I
Nebula
think this
Theater
happened...
is problematic.
They're calling for worldwide war? What? Anyway, this one's by Next Berserker. Adam versus Combat, Real Steel versus Tekken. Or Combat, sorry. That's fucking ingenious.
This is a funny idea.
I love this one so much.
What?
Just
can they do anything that the fighters in their series can do? Like, do they like take other people's movesets, or are they just kind of like dummies?
From what I remember of Real Steel, I thought like Adam was mainly just like a boxer. He's just like a big robot. I actually don't know much about Combat, and even though I like know Tekken, I don't really know much about Combat.
Isn't your Tekken episode coming out in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Combat and like what. And I researched Kazuya, but I don't know the guy like that.
Yeah. Admittedly, in my fighting game knowledge, Tekken is a bit of a blind spot. I just saw 2 robot martial artists, and I just thought, ooh, I like this one. This one vibes.
I mean, it's a cool robot. I had to assume Combat's just like a... I have to assume he's like an earlier Tekken character, because he's definitely not in 7 or 8, from what I remember.
All right, from what I'm looking, he was in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, making his first appearance in Tekken 4.
Okay.
I played the hell out of Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Someone keeps asking if the Discord is for just members. No, it's not. You should find it in the description of this live stream. It is not.
I remember Yes. Okay, I remember. I was like, who the fuck is Combat? Yes, I played the shit out of him. Combat was created to be like the ultimate fighting machine, right? He was made by Lee. I forget the guy. To show off its capability and kickstart it as like to try and sell the systems. Unfortunately, Combat is kind of glitched, and rather than learning all its opponent's moveset as intended, it was only able to mimic one fighter at a time.
Okay, so it is a mimic fighter, but it can only mimic... Well, I guess that's weird, because like if you're pairing it up against Adam, from what I remember of Real Steel, it doesn't like have that many moves. It's more so just a pretty straightforward fighter.
Well, I mean,
outside
I
of
imagine
like robot parts, I guess.
I imagine Combat you'll be able to pull from other stuff that he's fought as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
So we basically just have Adam fighting against the entirety of the Tekken cast.
Uh-oh. Real Steel's a good movie.
It is.
Sherm says apparently Adam in the mold games is time level scaling, which brings my desire for Adam in versus to 0. I hate to tell you, time level doesn't really do anything against Tekken scaling.
Yeah, a little bit.
But even something like Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Nicole versus Chi-Chi. I get it, but at the same time, Chi-Chi's gonna die. I don't know if you can argue Chi-Chi getting almost any Dragon Ball scaling.
Like, she was pretty competent in the OG Dragon Ball, but as soon as Z started, she just got so left in the dust. And then we have, like, Nicole Watterson in, like, the episodes where she's featured, like, doing Dragon Ball Z level stuff. Just, yeah, Chi-Chi has no chance here.
I'm sure there's like gags where she's like tossing Goku around in like Z, but even then, like, yeah, I don't. I think even end of Dragon Ball Z doesn't get to like where Gumball does. So, yeah, I think Chi Chi probably just dies.
Is Nicole like? Is she like a fighter?
She can be. There are moments where she goes into like full on anime hand to hand fighting.
Yeah, she has been trained in martial arts, so this isn't like
Yeah.
them like skirting around the theme.
There is a fight between her and I forget the cloud person's name, her mum, and they put full on directed like an anime fight.
Yeah, they even had Studio Trigger animate that section.
Yeah. So this isn't out of place for Nicole to be throwing fucking hands, and also using a version of the pen and stare. Nicole is surprised.
Yeah, I forgot
Nicole has some really busted hacks when you look into it.
Ippo versus Joe. Sorry, there's a lot of matchups, so I don't want to like dwell on one.
Yeah, let's not hang about.
Not fair.
Ippo versus Joe. I don't know anything about either of them other than there was a boxing thing that what's his face did.
Devil Artemis.
Devil Artemis did recently. That looked really.
That's
cool.
Ippo versus Mac.
Yeah.
Ippo versus Joe seems fun. It's like a grounded fight between like mangas that like boxing mangas that like represent resilience and change.
Ooh, why does it? That already sounds better than Ippo versus Mac. Thematically, though.
It's a pretty close debate as well, from what I've seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that there's arguments you can make for both. It's a pretty close debate as well. Hey, Zoro, that's my voice, and I hate hearing that. So, thanks.
Sorry, I thought that was muted.
Oh yeah,
I was following on the stream.
Brick. It's a pretty close debate. I like it. It's fun. I like from what I've seen of it, but I don't know much. But
Aqua, you got anything or?
I have nothing. I'm sorry.
Greninja versus Rano, Pokemon versus Rivals of Aether. If I'm not mistaken, didn't we just have or at least you guys correct me? Did I just have a casting call with someone from Rivals of Aether, or am I thinking of a different game?
A casting call? I don't know if we've had one on a casting call before.
I'll have to recheck. Let me recheck while somebody explains to me what the fuck Rivals of Aether is.
All right, we have had it on like one of these casts before, of like Edalus versus that Polar Knight from during the indie cast, but basically Rivals of Aether is a platform fighter about like, you know, it's a world of like anthropomorphic animal characters that each embody one of the four elements in their territory. And basically they have rivalries with each other and they fight, and there's not the spin-off games have a lot of story, but as far as like the main story of like Rivals 1 and 2, there's not a lot to go off of it. The second game's supposed to get an in-depth story mode to kind of like tell a better story, but as of right now, all we know about Reino is that he is a martial artist that does poison touch, but he's also a pacifist. And that's kind of it. Because it's a fighting game, you can't really scale much between them. Like, I like the idea of like these two frogs, like one being a monk, one being a ninja, fighting each other and using like their water-like element of like poison and water to form weapons to fight. I think it's very dynamically really fun. The only problem with this is that Rivals of Aether as a whole, outside of like a few characters like Claren, do not have a lot of story material to form an analysis from, and not a lot of like on-screen feats to pull from.
I played Greninja in Smash one time. I was so shit of him, I never went back.
Greninja's a very cool Pokemon.
I got whooped
yeah.
so hard. Yeah, Greninja is awesome.
I love Greninja. I'd love to have him on. I would love this matchup if Reno had more stuff to pull from, and I can apply that to a lot of rivals as Ether as a whole.
I also can confirm that the casting call that we did was with someone who voices a character in Rivals of Aether. So.
Oh yes.
Do some speculation as to who that might be. Garo versus
Oh.
Akuma. One Punch Man versus Street Fighter.
We've talked about these two.
I know.
Get the
It
gist.
sounds like Akuma is fucked.
Yeah.
I feel like he is.
This is the Kill Akuma cast. This is what it is.
This kind of only works if you give him the Ashura's Wrath scaling.
Ooh. Do we have a reason to do that now? That's interesting.
No.
I mean, here's a question
I don't think-
propose to you.
I don't.
Why
I
did
don't
we
think.
do this over... Oh, go ahead.
I say I don't think it just. I think it works just as a normal fight. I don't know why you would need to give him the fucking scaling just because Akuma's fucked.
Yeah, the Raptor made a video recently where I kind of agreed with some of the points there. One of them was just like, part of the point is to find a winner, and to start putting arbitrary rules or like stipulations on things to make it closer kind of defeats the purpose. I was like, I kind of feel that. Just like saying, oh, we'll give him this just if he gets this, or we won't give him this if he does. Like, it just kind of feel like just arbitrarily trying to make it closer when the whole point is who wins.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it vibes. I think the connective tissue is probably strong. Granted, I don't know what happens later in One Punch Man. I just think Akuma's fucked.
Garo went from trying to punch up to Kamen Rider to fucking punching down.
He went, if I
This
can't...
shit's hilarious.
If I can't go multiversal at a high end, I'll fight Island at a high end instead.
And I'll get my god form.
Nebula Theater, bring me the street tears.
Not even a street here.
Bring me the street tears.
Akira Yuki versus Ryo Sakazaki. I can't read.
Sakazaki, there you go.
Virtual Fighter versus Art of Fighting. This one would be kind of sick just because Art of Fighting is less so about shooting like giant beams and stuff like that, even though Ryo can do that to some extent, and more about just the hand-to-hand martial arts. And Virtual Fighter is one of the only ones that only deals with hand-to-hand martial arts.
These two fighting games feel like very under-repped and like versus stuff, so I'd like to see this. This sounds cool.
Well,
Yeah,
Art of Fighting
I would...
kind of got overshadowed by Fatal Fury, and just like, and then they all got fucking combined into King of Fighters. So I get it. I get why people don't talk about it. And Virtual Fighter just keeps re-releasing the 5th game over and over and hoping something changes.
What, isn't the 6th one coming out like eventually? Like, didn't they announce the 6th one?
I don't remember if they did.
I could have sworn at Game Awards they announced Virtua Fighter 6, but oh, whatever.
Make it relevant again.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I grew up with...
No, they did. They did. I looked it up. They did.
Oh, yeah.
I played Virtua Fighter 4 a lot as a kid, and that's probably still my favorite one. But I don't know the scaling on what, like, if you give Ryo, I don't know why I'm focusing on scaling today. If you give Ryo fucking King of Fighter scaling, he probably eclipses Akira.
I mean, one thing to note is that SNK has shown interest in like doing another Art of Fighting after reviving Fatal Fury, so we might not have to like dip into like King of Fighters for that if that game eventually gets greenlit and released, but we'll have to see on that front. But even if we just take Art of Fighting Ryo, I think this would be just a cool throwback to like retro fighting games.
Sure, that doesn't Akuma stop on the last one? I didn't see that before. No, he does not.
No.
No.
Heavens, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
This comes down to skill, which is something you'll never hear in a versus debate. Anyway, Yang versus Leone. Leone? Ruby versus Akame ga Kill. So this one I do have some history with because it's infamously one of the first like fan fight scripts I ever wrote for like Death Battle back in the day. It was Omori Batter, this, and Banjo Yuka. But if I'm being completely honest, it was not like a fully researched thing, and I've only ever seen the Akame ga Kill anime and not the manga, which is apparently much longer, much deeper, and where the thematics come from. So I don't exactly. Well, I mean, there's a big list right here if you want to read it of connections, but I'm not exactly sure what the kind of like the vision of it is for people who know the broader material, if that makes sense.
I just think the thematic of lost an arm, Leo reattached his though is just really funny out of context.
Yeah.
Lost an arm.
Lost
Yeah,
arm.
Well,
Got better.
Leone's whole shtick is the belt that she's wearing, or I think it's the belt, grants her like insane regenerative ability and like stats. And it's how she dies in the end of the anime is somebody takes her belt off and shoots her. And she's just like, oh, that sucks. So it'd be a question of stats.
As most versus fights are.
Yeah.
It comes to the stats.
I don't know anything about Game ga Kill. I like Ruby a lot. I really don't like Yang. That's like early series Yang is like fine enough, but I really do think they kind of character assassinate her towards the end of it. That it's like I don't know. I don't care for Yang too much.
I mean, they kind of character assassinate everyone in my opinion.
False.
That's true, but Yang has it pretty bad in comparison to everyone else.
Outside like a few others, Yang is like one of the worstly botched ones in later Ruby.
I feel like a lot of the criticism with her being just like the fan service person because they made her a lesbian, which a lot of people didn't like for some reason, is kind of like a misnomer, but she is kind of... her deeper character is kind of missing. Like, season 1 through 3, Yang would not sit there while Ruby's having an existential crisis inside her.
No, yeah.
Ignore her. Like, that's just
they like
weird.
make her kind of hate her sister in Volume 9, and I'm like, that's not... I don't like that.
I see where they were going with the the PTSD changes a person's personality shtick, but like they have her kind of get over that quickly, but then not really work on like addressing like the shift in the personality. It's weird.
I will
anyway,
say,
unrelated to that, this is the cool matchup.
One defense to that is that naturally when you get older and you make relationships and you find a life partner, your priorities with people, including family, do shift. So it makes sense that Yang finding love with Blake would kind of be more focused on like this person rather than her sister. But at the same time, contextually, if I was with my partner and my brother was sitting there or my sister was sitting there, like dead-eyed face at the ground, not acknowledging anything, I'd probably go up and be like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Leone is cool. She probably wins. Just because I think Akame ga Kill gets higher in stats and Yang doesn't really have any... like, you get rid of her semblance and I think Leone probably kills her in one hit. Or not her semblance, sorry, her aura.
Yeah.
Also, act as the big sister to the naive protag, I guess, in a very typical sense, but Tatsumi is not her relative. She just acts like the guiding force a lot of times, like the haha jokey person. I would not really say
I wouldn't even say
terrible.
Ruby's that naive later on. Like, she's kind of pretty level-headed, I think.
Yujiro Hanma versus Kazuya Mishima.
I know that Kazuya guy. What channel could I go to find more? What channel can I go to soon? Nebula Theater, of course.
Yeah, Nebula Theater is doing Kazuya versus Wesker. This is true.
I guess take the stage on this matchup, Aqua. You'll have intimate knowledge about Kazuya, I expect.
I don't know. The problem is I know Kazuya. I don't know shit about Yujiro. If Ecto was here, he'd know Baki, but like uh uh I mean I like Kazuya. No dir, but
Do you? I just thought you were doing an episode with somebody fucking hated.
yeah.
That's how this works.
Who is Yujiro really? He's like he's a grappler.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So
Baki just looks insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like
also,
I've seen the panel.
What do they do to our thumbnail? What the hell is that? Mahoraga? What is that?
The only I've only seen the panels of like Yujiro with like Trump and Elon Musk. That's like the only thing I know is that he might have assaulted them. I don't know. Baki is weird.
I'm pretty sure there's a clip of Baki where he's like cutting invisible bread or something. It's like weird. Like, like I feel like I from what I imagine, I think the main like kinetic thematic tissue, I guess, is both of them are like heavily revered in their universes for being like very, very strong fighters. But I don't know, I think that's kind of basic.
May I speak on this a little bit?
Sure.
Just very briefly, because I'm pretty familiar with Yujiro. Yujiro is a character who was born incredibly strong from the rip. He was part of, like, his dad was also swole as fuck. He became the strongest creature in the universe. He found the Vietnam War with just his bare hands and was like, I don't remember who he was fighting. I don't want to think about it, but he was fighting in the Vietnam War, and he was killing a lot of people. He is a asshole, horrible person. But he's like the greatest martial artist in the world, knows like all of everyone's martial arts. And he has this thing called a demon back, where it's like a genetic trait where he can make his back kind of look like the face of a demon, and it gives him like a pseudo power up. We don't know too much about it yet. But yeah, the big thing, the show starts with Baki wanting to kill Yujiro because Yujiro is Baki's dad. It kind of gets into like some weird territory where like eventually Baki and Yujiro have some kind of weird warriors respect for each other and have like some mutual like parental son bond that kind of makes up for the beef, even though their beef is like Yujiro killed Baki's mom, so I'm not sure why they're just cool now. But yeah,
this feels like sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, like, the basic theme is like asshole dads who are the greatest martial arts in the universe that their son swears vengeance against. And I guess they do kind of like make up at the very end, but for like different reasons. Because Kazuya is actively trying to like destroy the world, as far as I understand. Whereas Yujiro is more like he's never trying to destroy the world. He's just kind of chilling and doing his own thing and waiting for challengers to approach him, more or less. So they don't have similar goals. It's more their relationship with other characters is similar.
That makes sense to me, but I also kind of wonder, like, maybe Yujiro versus Heihachi makes about just as much sense, because it's the very same theme. Because Kazuya's story starts out with trying to kill Heihachi, which is, like, the exact same thing as Yujiro and Baki from what you described. So, I don't know.
Well, Yujiro doesn't actually ever try to kill Baki. He actually impregnates Baki's mom so that he can have a spawn that will maybe one day be as strong as him to pose a challenge to him. So it's actually kind of the exact opposite of Heihachi, where he wanted Baki to exist to challenge him one day.
Aqua's what fucking makes me laugh so much, because you said the most basic thing in the world, and Aqua said what? You said Yujiro impregnates Baki's mom. What?
Baki's mom.
What?
I didn't say what. That was somebody else.
That was me.
Oh.
I
just took that thing at face value. I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense.
I did not realize that Baki was the biological father. So, in my defense, I was hearing that as like, oh yeah, I had beef with this kid so much that I just went and fucked his mom.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I was just like, what? But yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Moving on, we got Leroy versus Gen. Tekken versus Street Fighter. A lot of Tekken today.
Leroy, Jake. Oh,
I knew
It-
somebody was gonna say that.
okay. Did you expect it to be me though?
There's a lot of Tekken submissions because I'm here.
Is that
They
why?
knew-
Yeah, they knew I was coming, so it's like, oh yeah, Tekken.
Who is Leroy?
Good question.
Leroy. Jake.
I don't know.
You
What do
don't
you
know?
mean?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
he's
know.
like a DLC character from it was either 7 or 8. He's a relatively new Tekken character, but
Yeah, he's newer. I know he's
He-
DLC in Tekken 8.
yeah,
he's kind of giving me fucking Super Macho Man vibes.
yeah. I mean, his basic thing is that he's a master martial artist who kind of goes out and like fights crime, but because he's a DLC character, he doesn't really have a lot of story to go against. But he is kind of like this like master martial artist that's built up to be like one of the higher ends. Uh, Leroy versus Gen makes sense in the sense that they're both like these lesser focused on great martial artists within their franchises. It's just neither character really has too much going on for them specifically that I like. It's a matchup that works, but not one that does anything particularly special, in my opinion.
I'm curious how high
Yeah, I can feel that.
Leroy gets
It's
because
not you.
Gen
It's not you.
Gen is
Oh,
explicitly like he fights on equal terms with a powered up Akuma and what is Ryu's master's name? It's not Shenlong. That's the meme.
Retsu?
Gauken?
Goken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fights on in the ending of Street Fighter 4. After he beats Seth, Akuma and Gauken have like a equal face off, right? And they kind of like tie it up, like nobody beats the other. So you could probably just naturally scale him because of that. It would be cool to cover again though, because he's one of the only characters that comes back that's still from the original Street Fighter. Because the whole cast got replaced in Street Fighter 2, except for Ryu and Ken. So it'd be cool. Not many characters come back from that era, which is sad. But I don't know anything about Leroy, sadly. If he's DLC, it means he probably doesn't even have much story.
He does. Yeah, from what I remember, exactly. No, he does not.
Like, the biggest thing I know about Leroy is that when he gets released, he's broken as hell, and that everyone in the community hates him.
Well, Tekken 8 right now in general has like a really bad like balancing problem.
Oh yeah, but Leroy in particular got a lot of hate upon release.
Yeah.
We got Captain Falcon versus John Cena?
It's better than LeBron James.
Um,
I think I understand it.
What?
The idea.
What is it? Oh, it's from Germ, isn't it? Yeah, this is Germ. What's the gist?
I like that scene as a good person. It still is a good person compared to other people.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'm sorry, I got nothing with this one.
Yeah, I said I get it. I think I get the vibes.
What does Captain Falcon do outside of race? Because I've never actually seen the anime that most people take his shit from. Does anybody?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know F-Zero.
Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
Come again to save the day.
Thank you.
Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter who fights the bad guys, and that's why he's fighting the bad guys in the anime.
Okay. What does he do?
He punches them, or sometimes like he is like a martial fighter in the anime as well. But he's also a racer. It's like a whole thing, which I don't feel is relevant with John Cena because John Cena's not a racer, but he has like his car, then Black whatever his name is, the big bad guy, also has like connections to the same power source.
Where's Croat when you
Captain
need
Falcon
him?
has. Yeah, John Cena, as far as I can tell, does not have a similar story as Captain Falcon in terms of like bad guys he would potentially be fighting. I think this is more like I think the big thing is like Captain Falcon's like the biggest like winner in his world, which is kind of how John Cena is also perceived as being like the number one guy. He's like, I think they're both like the number one guy, I guess you could say. Is like they're the all mights of their worlds, I guess. John Cena is kind of the all might of our world if you really think about it. Yeah, it's. I think this matchup exists just because I think I saw rumors that people wanted John Cena to play Captain Falcon in the Mario movie. That's all I remember.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I did not
Neat.
think
But they
today
are
I
of
would
a
hear.
similar archetype, I suppose.
I did not think I'd hear today that John Cena is the all might of our real world today, but
Fuck it, sure. What's the next one?
Kid Goku versus young Naruto.
This is interesting to me, not because of anything related to like thematics, but like I actually don't know, like in comparison to each other's stats, how they would line up. Because I think I don't
the
know.
debate is really funny because it's literally just the exact same debate as Roshi versus Jiraiya, and not in like the character scale similarly. I mean, like the arguments would literally be the exact same as the Roshi versus Jiraiya death battle. Naruto is mountain level and Kid Goku is moon level. Unless you want to be really, really funny and use the Boruto filter where the Otsutsuki go back in time and Kid Naruto uses up the Otsutsuki, and then we get star level Kid Naruto.
Oh gosh, no.
If young Naruto loses this, do we have to make like Kid Goku even younger and do a rematch? Do we have to get like baby Goku versus like Teen Naruto?
Like animation rewind.
That's the problem.
If we get 500 likes,
it goes from wall level in Arc 1 to moon level in Arc 2. There's no like in between for Kid Goku.
Like we'll have to like keep lowering the age until Naruto wins.
We'll cut off one of Goku's arms if this video gets 5,000 likes.
No tail, no arms, one leg.
I'll make Naruto fight 1,000 Kid Gokus before I let this show die.
You know what this matchup gives me the vibes of?
What?
It gives me the same vibes of like, alternate future Gohan versus like all the invincible variants. Where it's like they try so hard to make something work that we just kind of lose the sauce. That like, I don't know, we just kind of like lose track of the assignment.
Give Kid Goku the heart virus.
It's just really funny to me that like if they were trying to fit the theme, they could have just done Naruto versus Goku, but they went fuck it, make a Kid Goku versus young.
I'm thinking about like when not to get sidetracked, but like if you want a Naruto Dragon Ball comparison, I feel like Bardock Minato makes a little bit more sense and is like probably. Yeah. I think Minato might have some stuff like maybe
I'd actually be closer.
Yeah,
it's just hilarious to me that we've gone all the way back to fucking Kid Goku. I mean, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, he can.
Although I will say, I'm not opposed to like the concept of like Kid Goku in general in verses, because Kid Goku is a drastically different character than to like modern or even Z Goku. But like, yeah.
I just noticed. This is not to be mean. You could see Goku's hair cut through the thumbnail.
Wow, Aqua. Wow.
Aqua won't be on the next cast for this reason.
Oh yeah, I'm too mean.
You're the hard ass.
Akuma versus Sukuna. So there is a lot here.
Main theme, men would choose to walk the path of the cursed demon to reject their own humanity in doing so, believing in strength above all others and yearn for a truly equal opponent. I see that at the bottom, by the way. I'm going to call you out. Someone came. Both are hot as hell. You might be real for that, but I'm not letting you slide. You get your name etched in history.
Oh,
I can
no.
only imagine Akuma kicks Sukuna's teeth in, though.
He
Like,
fucks him up.
Wait, does
Yeah,
it?
like-
Being hot as hell. I like how the tagline is "steaming hot perfection." Like, hey, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I think you might just be. This is like the writer's fully disguised fetish or something in here.
They
I mean,
said
just look at the username. I don't think they're trying to hide any of this.
Oh no!
Are you trying to sell me on the matchup or as a
Yeah.
ship? Like,
Yeah. I get this idea. I like a Sukuna matchup that actually plays into his like fighting style. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so they said at the top, I don't know if this counts, but I feel like Sukuna is blatantly a martial artist. So that
I want to say
counts.
he's. I don't know.
I
if
wouldn't say he's
blatantly- No, he's not
blatantly
blatant.
one, but he can be one.
No.
But they
He's
fights
more-
in martial arts. That's his whole shtick in every fight. He's not just throwing big punches. He's fucking styling on people.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
but,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
also mixes that in with like Cleave and Fuga and
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
well, so I more so mean like comparably to Akuma, who does martial arts and throws Hadoukens and stuff like. You know what I mean? Like.
yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
it, but I think calling him up. It's just
What
weird.
I
I
mean
like
is
it.
he blatantly fits the theme.
Okay.
Martial
fair.
arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not giving them crap for not following the assignment. They understood the assignment.
I like this. I like the little images that they put about the fight potential and stuff.
Yeah.
Have the Satsu no Hado be viewed and recognized by Sukuna as an alternative path for Jujutsu sorcery is cool.
That is cool.
Of like why
Yeah.
Sukuna would find it like fascinating and stuff. Akuma against the
Like-
shrine would be cool.
What is
Honestly,
what
like-
do again?
It's
Just
one of
try
those.
that.
It's one of those matchups where I looked at it and I was like, "What?" But like, honestly, I could see it being cool, even if Akuma just gets, absolutely stomped. Like, I actually kind of vibe with it. Not gonna lie.
Is
Mm.
Akuma the one that gets stomped?
Pretty sure Sukuna gets stomped.
Sukuna gets
yeah.
fucked up.
Wait, what?
Sukuna is way weaker and likely way slower.
Yeah, like JJK FTL stuff is like highly contentious now.
Jacob's
And I'm pretty
Ladder,
sure
please.
Street Fighter is like pretty blatant FTL.
Yeah,
Um,
like Sukuna gets fucked up.
Does anyone here remember back in the good old death battle days, the Hakumen the meteorite feat at all? Do you guys
Yeah.
remember that? Where he oils
Yeah.
himself up and throws E Honda at a meteor, which explodes the
Mhm.
meteor. What the fuck? All right. Anyway, Cody Travers versus Axel Stone. I think this is very funny because I talked about this one the other day on the work server about liking it. This is very, very basic, right? In terms of like the fight. The only thing, they're both they both punch a lot. They can pick up objects on the street, like knives, pipes, and stuff like that. If you were to keep Cody from Final Fight, it's a pretty close debate. But now that Street Fighter 6 has like blatantly made Street Fighter canon to Cody, Hagar, and all them, that means they would just naturally get that scaling. Because Street Fighter 6 takes place in the city that Final Fight takes place in.
mhm.
And there's a lot of references all over, right? I'm
I
not
mean-
sure. I'm not sure if they make an appearance in the game at all. I think Hagar might.
No, but like Cody and like the final fight stuff has been pretty consistently part of the Street Fighter universe in Street Fighter 4. Like his render right there is from his character in Street Fighter 4. So
That's actually from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. No, they started it in Alpha. Alpha 3 had Guy and Cody in it. And then Street Fighter 4 brought them back. They were in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I don't think they made an appearance after that. Unless they were DLC to 5 or something like that.
yeah, Cody appeared as the mayor in Street Fighter V, and Street Fighter V got a lot of crap for having a lot of Final Fight characters in that roster.
I don't mind it. It just means that this is a little one-sided because Cody would get huge scaling against the street tier.
Yeah.
but
as far as like a throwback matchup to the age of like beat 'em up arcades, I think, just kind of like with Rio and the Virtual Fighter matchup before, this would be a great like throwback retro matchup, especially comparing where they are right now with like having Cody being the guy who's like kind of like in the mayor's office, but like the yearn for battle is still in him, with Alex who just wants to be done and wants a peaceful life, but just keeps getting dragged back into it. I feel like that could be a fun little dynamic right there.
What happened to Hagar? Why is Cody the mayor?
He just kind of retired. Like nothing really bad happened. Cody just
Hagar's just chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's enjoying life. Cody becomes the mayor. He cleans it up. But he's like, I still miss beating criminals up in the streets.
So that hero says Akuma nonchalantly says that Cody could defeat him.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it was nice knowing you, Axel.
I'm gonna have to look into that statement.
This does not name the characters. It looks like Undertaker versus a form.
It does.
Savage Oppress.
Savage. So Savage is the brother of Darth Maul. He appears in Clone Wars. He kind of helps Maul for a bit. Like Maul at the end of Phantom Menace gets chopped in half, right? Falls down the chute, and he's fucking insane. Savage is the one who finds him and brings him back. They start doing way too much shit on Mandalore to where Palpatine walks in and kills Savage and captures Maul. Palpatine dog walks. Savage gets such shit treatment through the series because he's like a lackey of Dooku who treats him like shit, a lackey of Ventress who kind of treats him like shit, mostly does, a lackey of Maul who's pretty good and then gets fucking murdered by Palpatine in a no-diff fight.
Oh no.
I get the semantics here. I like the comparisons. Does Undertaker have any interesting way to play off of lightsaber stuff?
And for that matter, why are you submitting a lightsaber character to the martial arts cast?
But I think Undertaker fits. Did both characters have to fit?
I think I said so, but I'm pretty sure Jedi have to be trained in martial combat, right?
No, they do. They're still well, sometimes. Some of them are.
Yeah, but also he's not a Jedi, he's a Sith.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fair.
He got trained by Dooku.
He got trained by Dooku and Savage. Yeah. That's fucking dangerous.
If we're talking martial combat, getting trained by Dooku, I've seen that motherfucker style, alright?
You've seen, I've sent gifs of that 83-year-old man moving. But, I get this. I'm always kind of a stickler with Star Wars matchups because lightsaber fighting is a big thing for the verse, and if you can't play off of it interestingly, why even bring a combatant on at that point?
Just take it out. Undertaker just eats it.
It's so funny because whenever I think of Savage Opress, I think of him and Ventress trying to fight Dooku, and Dooku spams Force Lightning 5 times on him to where he can't get up, and Ventress is like, fucking do something! Ventress is like, fucking do something! And Savage is like, I'm trying! And Dooku's like, boom! It's so funny. This is an alright idea. It's not really my thing, but hey, I appreciate the representation of a kind of underrated Star Wars character.
This next one, Composite Rio versus Composite Scorpion. And I kind of like the thumbnail though because they're using the Power Rangers Rio and then the Injustice Scorpion.
Injustice.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. So does stats get automatically equalized by Fortnite?
Yeah, they do just stats equalize. I think they also have like a card game they're both in.
Yeah.
So
I think at the point of
correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Fortnite say that they lose their part of their memory and all of their abilities when they enter Fortnite, and then they have to use items to remake those abilities?
Yes, and then kind of no with like Marvel stuff.
Okay.
It gets weird when you look at the further scaling of like.
For Ryu and Scorpion specifically, yes, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Marvel is mainly the exception.
But you could argue them scaling through like weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Since like I think Thor got dogged by like a regular fucking AR or something.
Oh yeah, Ryu would just get Marvel vs. Capcom, and Scorpion would get Mortal Kombat vs. DC.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go on, please.
I think this is cool. Like I definitely don't think it's like super thematic, but I don't think it needs to be just because like it's obvious. It's an obvious comparison.
It's a legacy matchup. That's what the person said.
And I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. I'm definitely more inclined for like composite Ryu versus Goku. I think that's a little bit more interesting, but I think this works by itself too.
It's
I
definitely
really-
carried by legacy, right? Like that's the main.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a matchup that's not carried by anything else. It's definitely just like the comparison and rivalry.
The only reason why I kind of like comp matchups is like what are the most interesting things that they're a part of, right? Like NBA Jam Tournament Edition has Scorpion appear. I think the reason why I like comp ideas is like what's the most stupid shit that you can bring up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a lot of stupid shit to bring up here. Like Scorpion is in Psyops the Mindscape Conspiracy as an extra character. Obviously he's in Injustice and stuff. Johnny Cage appears in WWE Immortals. There's fun stuff you can look into with both. I don't know if it's anything we would be itching to do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sherm, in the background.
I mean, I'd rather just do like normal Ryu versus Scorpion at this point. Like, I feel
At
like
that
comping it
point.
just makes it like, if I want to do Marvel versus Capcom versus DC versus Mortal Kombat, I just do Dark Khan versus.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Ryu
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
to this.
That's where I get with like these comp matchups where it's like, oh, but it's cool because then you have like these things from like the opposite franchises, and then it's really cool, and it's like, at that point, just do a matchup between those two. Like, is it even Ryu versus Scorpion anymore?
Like Ryu versus Goku comp is cool because it creates a fight that wouldn't exist normally.
Yeah.
Ryu versus Scorpion already kind of works at a base level, and I don't know if comping it really adds anything all that more interesting. Especially because comp Scorpion really doesn't get much more to his base kit beyond scaling, except for like the timekeeper powers, which is like, I guess.
If I'm saying it now, if we did an episode where we had to cover Injustice, I'm blowing my shit smooth off. I fucking do not like Injustice.
Lemonade said, so you're saying if it was a basketball game, Scorpion dogs on Ryu?
Yes. And you know what? Nebula Theater can look at things in different multiple ways. So we can look at this as like, it was the best crossovers.
Kim Kafwan versus Puri Puri Prisoner. One Punch Man versus King of Fighters. I think Kim is from King of Fighters and Puri is from One Punch Man, so they have it a little bit reversed. But I don't know anything about really either of them.
Yeah, Puri Prisoner, who is the one Punch Man individual, so they got it backwards. He's interesting. He's mostly just known for his strengths and like pain stuff that he can do. He has a healing factor.
What?
It takes a while to kick in though, that's the only thing. He does have his own fighting style called the Puri Puri Prisoner Angel style, which by increasing his body mass, which is like a transformation, he's able to do like a lot more physical stuff, right? Like he has an attack called the Angel Rush where he leaps towards his opponent. And there's like angel wings that appear behind him. And then when he comes back down, he does like a flurry of punches. It's funny.
So who is Kim?
Fuck it. Oh, you go on.
I actually know this as the resident King of Fighters guy. Kim Kap-won is a Korean fighter, and his whole shtick is that, he believes in justice and rehabilitation, and the main gag with him in the games is that he's paired with, like, these two other criminal-less characters on his team that he's trying to, like, redeem and rehabilitate. And, they kind of get suffering just because he's, like, always talking about justice and the right thing, but the second every time he takes his eye off of, like, the two criminals he's supposed to be rehabilitating, they get back to their own antics, get arrested, get thrown back in jail. Like, at one point in, like, Kingdom Hearts Fighters 14, they break out of prison with, like, Xanadu and form their own criminal team, and he has to form his own team just to track them down and drag them back to prison. But yeah, he doesn't really have anything too exciting as far as, like, combat. Like, he's Taekwondo expert. He does a lot of cool kick moves, but compared to the rest of the cast, he doesn't really have any, like, supernatural techniques like the Power Geyser or anything that could really, like, be compared to, like, the Puri Puri Prisoner and his, like, magical girl-esque transformations.
So it's more of, like, the theme of the well, I guess what he says at the top, the justice system failing you, right?
Yeah. The only thing is that, Kim Kap-won is the justice system that has failed.
That's fucking silly. So it's a contrast matchup. There we go.
Yeah. It's a fun matchup.
Oogway versus the TMNT Bros?
We got Chifu Winter at home.
I was about to make the same joke.
Man, this is just kind of really boring.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
I'm an Oogway Iroh fan. That's the Oogway fight I like.
Yeah, like, I see the vision, but, like, both groups, like Oogway and the Turtles, have much better options that play into their strengths besides Turtle that do kung fu.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to figure out what to say.
It's like, all right, bros, let's go get him. Boom, 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 boom. Pressure point. Oh no! Fuck.
Like, this is just like the Turtles versus Splinter, but they're the same animal.
Yeah,
that's the dynamic of this matchup.
Are we sure that Leonardo can't do what he did to Raj Al Ghul in that one crossover?
Fuck off.
Johnny Cage versus Johnny Gat.
Johnny Gat? Hell yeah! We're getting into the real characters now. I say this like I haven't played Saints Row.
I thought you liked Johnny Gat. Or Saints Row, sorry. I thought you liked Saints Row.
I do. That's what I'm saying, I've played it.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. I thought you said I've never played Saints Row. I was like, whoa. All this
No, I played Saints Row. Yeah.
All this time for a game you've never played. What are you, a Versus fan? Anyway, what's the main connection here? I don't know much about Johnny Gat. I've only ever played Saints Row 4.
I'm gonna laugh like a fucking baby every time we say Johnny Gat.
Shut up.
Yeah, they hear first. The woke want to shut me down. I don't really. I think they're like the arrogant, loud-mouthed action individuals of their worlds with, like, they're human in nature, but they fight like gods and demons. Like, Cage has his ancestral shadow power stuff, and Gat has the like, he escapes hell and stuff, right? He's dealing with all those demons and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I remember just getting a track. I like that.
Gat gets a lot of guns, right? Or is he mostly just
yes.
a martial artist?
He gets a bit of both.
Okay.
So Johnny's I was just gonna call him by his last name, but that's even worse. He has a lot of stuff that he's able to do. Like, he can bend the simulation and stuff, which are I think that's mostly in 4. where he has like super jump, super sprint, telekinesis. He can fly. He gets flight and stuff from being cast into hell. He was granted powers by his former enemies. Funny enough, where he's able to fire projectiles. He can summon demonic creatures. He can do powerful stomps. I think the stomp he gained from Shakespeare. He learned it from
Like
Shakespeare.
the writer?
Yes. Which allows him to release like holy light, shock waves that like hit enemies. He has he can surround himself with aura, similar to Johnny Cage being able to use his like bullshit. But his stuff is a lot cooler, I'm not gonna lie, where he can like drain the willpower from people and cause them to stop fighting. Just by being around him. Or he can drain your life force and heal himself. I like this idea a lot. I'm a big fan of Saints Row.
All right, yeah, I can really see this, especially since like, in like the midway timeline, 9X and 11, Johnny Cage does a little bit more of like the military with like Sonya Blade, so like we could even like play into a little bit of like both the gunplay and the martial arts, as well as like, you know, the unique powers of like just being like dudes.
They're also really dirty fighters, by the way.
Oh yeah. Like I immediately like see the vision, I see the combat, like it's not really like cherry picking specific parts of them. Like both of their wide arsenals are on full display here. Like
Combat with a K.
Yeah, this would be very nice. Like, yeah, I love this idea.
We got 6 left, people.
We can make it. I'm hungry.
Primeape versus Akuma. Pokemon.
Oh,
Why?
This is just the Kill Akuma cast, dude.
You all fucking hate Akuma. I feel like I'm getting. My only requirement for this matchup is the fight end with only fighting Annihilate. Okay. Fucking sure, man. If we do this, I will write that in.
This is really interesting. I think Primeape unironically wins.
I think Primate wins as well. This is just Machamp versus Goro. You've made Machamp versus Goro, but you've made it worse.
You can only do Goro versus Machamp once. It's lightning in a bottle. You can't keep trying to do it.
This I have no words. It exists.
They
are both angry and refuse to die. I mean, he's fighting a Pokemon. What do you want me to say?
And Pokemon just generally have a lot more like abilities and movesets. So I feel like easily Akuma gets overwhelmed by like the ground fucking earthquaking below his feet. Sakura versus Videl, Street Fighter versus Dragon Ball.
Fun fact: I did this as a Realm of Gods once, back in the old days.
I'll have to.
I like Sakura a lot. Very, that's my favorite Street Fighter character.
Is that why you had Sakura win the matchup?
Yeah, I am biased. No, it's because she probably does. The problem is, like, I get the matchup. It makes sense. It's cool. Videl does nothing. Like, the most you can like get out of her character for a fight is just through the video games, because she kind of does fine against Broly for a little bit in one of the movies, and then she has that one tournament fight where she gets her ass beat. And then I guess there's like filler stuff, I guess, where she like I think from what I remember, there's a scene where she like fights people robbing a train. But other than that, like Videl doesn't do that much in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, like she had a lot of potential, and then like the freaking guy from the tournament literally just beat all of the character development out of her.
They don't really do anything with her in Super either. She's just kind of there.
Yeah, she's Gohan's wife. She takes care of Pan.
Yeah, they did the thing Dragon Ball likes to do by making the women useless as soon as they put a baby in them.
Yeah.
I mean, Videl was kind of useless even before they had Pan. So
yeah, but at least she had like a nice arc, and now she's like barely even a character.
Yeah, and like it's funny because like Sakura unironically probably does win just because Videl never really comes into her own, while Sakura has consistently proven herself despite being trained by like the worst Street Fighter skill-wise, Dan Hibiki, she's unironically like one of the stronger ends of like the Street Fighter universe just because of like her tenacity and natural talent.
Yeah. It, like I like both characters. Like when Videl is cool, I think she's a really cool character. And you can do stuff with this. Like you can get Videl's moves from like fighters and Sparking Zero or whatever. It's just like from a story perspective, you don't really have much to do with Videl, and at that point you're just doing a Dragon Ball Games character. So I don't know why you'd want to do Videl for that. That's kind of the bigger issue with the matchup nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, this just makes me wish that Videl had more. I wish Videl had a better arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got done so dirty.
Agent 47 versus Connor. Hitman versus Destroy
So,
all humans. Detroit become human.
so I will say something right now. I am literally just playing Detroit Become Human because my PC was ass and didn't want to run it properly. But I can talk a bit about this matchup because I know a little bit about Detroit just from like cultural osmosis. Wow, that was a big word. I don't use those often. So I like the theme of this being artificial creations made to be, the pin. Oh, it says right here, 2 artificial creations made to be the best at what they do. Tools made to accomplish tasks set by their higher-ups, but as they would do so, they would start to gain a sense of compassion and empathy with their human connections, breaking free of their code and restraints that kept them as a tool, gaining their sense of self. I really like this as a idea. I like the fight behind it, as the poster has stated. It's like there's a mix of hand-to-hand to it, right? Even though 47 and Connor have access to guns and stuff, the hand-to-hand is a really big aspect of it.
Yeah.
This is really fun. Me and Play, we've talked about this quite a bit, haven't we, Play?
Yeah, we have. My biggest issue with covering Detroit in general is just the consensus on how people view its messaging, which there are some grounds to it being disrespectful.
Yeah.
So
It is heavy.
yeah, we would have to really think of a way to skirt around some of the issues to not make it the whole conversation. You know what I mean?
To be fair,
But I
at
think it's
least
not
with
impossible.
Connor, he's not, the big one of
Marcus.
the 3. Yeah, he's not Marcus. Marcus kind of hits you over the head with it from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And I'm only like what, 2 bits with Marcus in?
Yeah, so like honestly, like as long as we don't delve too deeply into the other 2 main protagonists and focus on Connor's arc.
I mean, I don't see why you need to, because what you got
They're
enough
very
from like
separate.
covering. Yeah, you can cover Connor's relationship with Hank, which is like
Yeah.
a very, very important thing. And like, yeah, I get that Detroit is like semi-controversial. I don't see why it affects this matchup specifically.
Yeah.
Outside of, we are using Detroit. There are plenty of series that are very, on the head with their fucking political stuff. I mean, The Boys is one of those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I was saying, like the problems definitely doesn't affect this matchup in particular. Like Connor definitely has enough to like work on his own. Although, like I get this matchup, I see its merits. It's just one that's never clicked with me personally. But like I'm not opposed to it.
To be honest, it took a very long time for this to click with me because they are 2 completely different professions, right? Especially with 47. 47 is typically placed against other hitmen like Spy from TF2. But I feel like broadening your looks towards what could the entire matchup has really helps.
Yeah, especially when it comes to their character development and coming into their own, as to not be a part of like this hive mind of things that should be like you, which I think is a big part of the matchup, right? Like Connor distinguishes himself between the other Connors, and a hitman distinguishes himself as a hitman while also not giving up their names, because Agent 47 still goes by the name he was assigned to, and so does Connor, right? So a lot of it is about like learning individuality and getting out of to becoming a part of a system that is like not working. So I think thematically it's great, and there's nothing wrong with a detective trying to catch a hitman. So
yeah.
Next up, we got... So, if somebody wants to look up Matsuri real quick, I can actually explain Ranma, because I've seen the show. I have not seen the new show. I heard the new show is kind of doo-doo caca. But, Ranma
Actually
is...
familiar with this entire matchup.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck me then. You can go.
Well, I just want to say that Matsuri has a similar thing where, like, they get turned into a female. I think the big difference is that Matsuri is transformed into a female 100%. That's, like, the entirety of the show. There's no, like, back and forth like there is with Ranma. And it's a similar comedic show, so it's, like, ninja that has been turned into a female and that has gags over that versus Ranma, who goes back and forth. So it's a martial artist versus ninja fight. Yeah, it's also, they're both like romance comedies, so there's like funny like will they won't they's for both of them. It's a similar. I can see why they'd want us to do this.
Yeah, Ranma's whole shtick is that they went to a place in China. Ranma fell into a hot spring that made him turn into a female. But then every time he touches cold water, you can tell me if I'm getting this backwards, but every time he touches cold water, he turns into a female, and every time he touches warm water, he turns into a male? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, you do have it backwards. It's the hot water that turns him into a girl, because it was the hot spring that turned him into a girl.
Oh, is that... Okay. The show is based around anything goes...
Wait, nope, apparently I got it wrong. You were right. I was wrong. You were right.
Okay. Apparently... So, not apparently. I'm saying apparently because you just said it. My brain is not working. Ranma has anything goes martial arts, which is literally just martial arts based on whatever the fuck the hijinks of the day is. It could be like ice skating martial arts, or tree climbing martial arts, or swimming martial arts. Like, it just kind of switches based on the thing, whatever they're doing at the time. There's really no difference between male and female Ranma in terms of what they do.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting. I would need
The
to
only
learn more about
difference
this
is
Matsuri
Ranma
thing.
Sorry.
I'm done.
The only difference is Ranma himself says that he's a little stronger as a guy and a little faster as a girl. That's like the only difference.
Ooh, so scaling doesn't mean jack or shit. But yeah, it sounds cool.
I would love to do a Ranma 1/2 episode, and I'd love to hear what other people think would be a good Ranma 1/2 episode.
I would love to cover Ranma just for the fact that I like the trilogy of shows that by the author that made Ranma. If you don't know, the person who wrote it also made Inuyasha, which is also really funny because Ranma's voice halfway through the original anime just changes to Inuyasha's voice actor for some reason. So that's fun.
Also, the new show's fine. I'm not sure why people are hating on it.
Apparently a lot is censored, but if you ask me, some of it's censored for good reasons. Kazuya Mishima versus Kazuma Kiryu. Composite.
Why? They really want me to talk about Kazuya.
Classic PlayStation brawlers. Both have suffered because of their fathers, and their actions have direct consequences on their kids. Both have... Okay, well, that's completely different. All right. Both have inner demons, which they believe that there can only be one in the world, Kazuya being a literal devil gene, Kiryu being a metaphorical dragon. Contrast, Cosmo is incredibly selfish and antagonistic to his son, but Kiryu is selfless to a fault, trying his best to help those he considers family. Other, being composite, gives them equal upscaling from Project Cross. Alright, so it just... Yeah, it just wants them to be equal, which is eh.
Like, if you have to composite one character, but not the other, just to make it fair, then, like, what are we even doing?
I think it is compositing both. I think
they're saying that Project Cross Zone makes them equal.
My thing is I just don't get the comparison. Like, I don't really get it. Even when they explained it, like, I don't know. I don't really get it.
It's the wording is very specific, but as a Yakuza fan, right? Both suffer because of their fathers and their actions have direct consequences on their kids. What's his face? Kazuma, his whole shtick is... I say shtick a lot. His whole thing is that he, by being a Yakuza, was affecting the orphanage he was taking care of, right? Which was directly affecting his daughter. And, or the person he took in as his daughter, right? And he had to leave, and like go undercover, witness protection type shit, in order for her to like live out her dream and take care of the orphanage and not bog them down, right? Kazuma tried to slaughter his actual child. Like, I feel like that's very different, right? Direct consequences of their kids is like one leaves to protect them, the other is trying to actively kill his kid.
Yeah.
both have both have inner demons. One has a literal inner demon, and Yakuza just has like, I fucked up sometimes in life, right? Like, I've gone too far from point to point, whereas Kazuma is actual devil gene and all that.
Yeah, we have a guy who's messed up but is trying his best versus an actual global terrorist and supervillain. Like,
I can see like the appeal if you're just trying to get like a street fight between like Kiryu and somebody, but I think Dom still does that fine enough for me. But I think outside of that, I guess the main connective tissue outside of that is just like they kind of look similar a little bit, I guess, but I don't know. I don't really get it, and I like both.
So you're doing Kazuya versus Kazuma, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's like the next episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Green Lantern versus Ben 2. Chase Young versus the Mandarin. Shaolin
Yeah.
Shogun versus Marvel. I don't really know either of these either. What a one to end on that I don't know either. Fuck.
Yeah, I know Chase Young, Saul, resident comic man. Do you know Mandarin?
I know bits about the Mandarin, yes.
All right. So I'll explain a little bit about Chase Young and his story. So basically in Shaolin Showdown, the whole shtick is that, every episode there's like these 4 Shaolin monks, which are kind of like kids, and they go around the world collecting these ancient Shengong Wu, which are like artifacts that do superpowers. There's one that creates water, one that causes earthquakes, and then the goofier ones like the ants of the pants that just sends ants in someone's pants to just like attack them, or like the third arm sash, which just gives you another arm of the monkey staff that makes you a monkey. Chase Young is like one of the villains that premiered in season 2. He used to be a Shaolin monk, but like basically traded his humanity away just for a way to stay immortal, and then he got really hyped up on the evil juice, and now is like a Halen, which is like the evil Shaolin equivalent, and is all about like corrupting one of the Shaolin monks, Omi, to being like evil just like him. He also can transform into like this like Komodo dragon form, and among the martial artists, he's like one of the most powerful in the verse. Like, he's mastered like all of the Shaolin fighting forms from both the Shaolin monks and the Halen monks, and he doesn't really rely on Shingon Wu too much. Like, he will use them, but he mostly just sees them as like a crutch, and mostly just focuses on his main martial arts just to bring about, generic evil stuff like plunging the world into 1,000 years of darkness and stuff like that.
What about Mandarin?
Okay,
Saul?
So the Mandarin is an Iron Man villain, funny enough. He was born into poverty, and he like rose to power when he stumbled upon the 10 rings, which granted him a bunch of different powers from each ring that he wears. He built a criminal empire and like changed his entire identity, so he was a businessman, kind of noble individual. He claimed he was a descendant of Genghis Khan. Funny enough. So, and then he eventually ends up like, he captures Tony Stark and tries to get him to like work with the rings and try and expose their true power. He's a pretty fun antagonist, and the 10 rings are crazy, I'm not gonna lie. He himself has like a force field that he can bring up. He's a really good hand-to-hand fighter. Hey, that's why he's here.
Yeah.
I like Mandarin. He's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, like from what I'm reading from like the description here, they're kind of like dynamics of like trying to get one of the heroes to like cave in, and they're more reliant on like the martial arts with like the mystical artifacts. I'm kind of vibing with it. I want to look more into Mandarin because I've been looking for a good Chase Young matchup.
The rings also probably wouldn't be able to be like taken apart because I think in certain continuities they are literally burnt into his spine and he can just activate the powers. Because the rings are, he has Zero, which is for freeze, Lightning, which is for, well, I guess electric, Incineroar, which is for heat, uh, Demonic, which allows him to manipulate electromagnetic energy to, like, increase gravity and stuff. Nightbringer, which absorbs light and creates a zone of darkness. The Liar, which allows him to take control of individuals. Spin, which allows him to, like, move really quickly, and he uses it to like he can slow time with it temporarily. He's crazy with this stuff. Remaker, which allows him to remake stuff on a subatomic level, which allows him to like transform people into stone or water or poison. He has influence, which allows him to manipulate people and like produce sonic vibrations. He is very cool. I think he shit stomps off of just being an Iron Man villain.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Oh,
Showdown would get in the scaling.
Yeah, I have not really like powered scaled Shaolin Showdown too much. I know there are multiple like villains that have plunged the entire world into like basically turning it into like an evil hell like landscape without calling it hell, but so they probably get some pretty cool, high planetary-esque scaling. I'd have to look more into it. Plus, they had like a kind of bad spin-off show that came out a little later. So, and if, research shows anything, the bad stuff probably has like the best stuff for scaling. So, I could see this being a really cool episode. Especially like having like the Halen magic he can do with like the lizard transformation and like his lizard form and like the other Shengenwu clashing. I could see that making for like a really fun battle dynamic.
And that's our last matchup. How do you feel, Aqua?
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, I'll be doing something kind of similar but a little different. The 2 weeks after that will be the last topic that we have. What is it? The parental?
Yeah, parental one.
Yeah, and then after that, when I get back from my mini vacation, I will be doing the revamp of Nebula Cast. So
really,
yeah. So be prepared for that. And we will see you later because I want to go eat a sandwich.
Yep. Bye-bye.